Hi everyone, welcome to the second day of this Sitecore Symposium. Most of the day was in the main room and then they broke for lunch and then went into breakout sessions. So today, a couple of things. So following on yesterday's theme, they talked about the Sitecore Studio, which is basically the agentic studio, app studio, Sitecore Connect and Marketplace, basically giving the teams a way of building and deploying things, using it to do a lot of the work that you needed to do and giving more control. They also talked about custom SaaS. So here what they're talking about is building custom apps, connectors, your own AI agents, and basically being able to scale and monetize marketplace apps are the two major things. I know there's a lot of, you went to a couple of sessions as well,
Yeah.
but those were main. And then
And then they had the cycle previews.
previews, yes.
I had that. That was a nice one.
Yeah.
I did that last year as well.
Yeah.
Right at the end of essentially the closing keynotes for day two.
Yeah.
They gave a preview as to stuff that's coming up soon.
Yep. They brought in all of the product managers
Yep.
who were responsible to again thank them and their teams for doing all
Yep.
the work. And there's a few things that came out of it. One was the AI pathway.
Yeah. And that was mentioned yesterday. We talked about it,
Yeah.
but they actually gave a demo of it, right? We had
Yeah.
I mean, it was a recorded demo, but
Yeah.
we did have a demo of it. And we got a bit more details into how it can pick up the data, essentially, and then it will do its best guess using AI to map it.
Yeah.
And then it's like a stepped process. And then during that step process, you can correct it if it's not quite right?
Yeah.
Which is what we're saying. It still has a human element to it for refinement and for focus.
Yeah.
One of the other things that came out of that was it mentioned that it also takes across the visual components, the elements of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's going to take over the entire visual.
Yeah. Or
piece
like
of it,
it'll
or-
stub it out or
Yeah,
something like
from
that.
my understanding, it will just stub it out, right? Put in placeholders, but
Yeah.
at least then that gives you something to build on.
True.
And then that combined with the design studio that we talked about yesterday.
For the components, yeah,
components.
it makes a big difference at that point.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So you can actually start
If
building.
they marry both of them together, then it also moves the components and then it can be committed back to the repo as
Yeah.
well. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They also talked about personalization, analytics, how to measure analytics at a component level, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. They showed a demo, again, a pre-recorded demo, but how you can capture click scrolls, all of that kind of stuff, even inside of components,
Yeah.
which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah. I didn't see if there's heat map stuff on there, but
Don't remember
yeah,
that.
but that would be nice if it had that in there, because
Yeah.
we have a requirement for that on a few projects.
Yeah.
But the analytics look good, down to a component level, as you would expect with old XP, when you can track clicks and at a component level.
Yeah. And then,
And of course that drives all of that data, then drives back into the AI
yeah.
and feeds the personalization engine as well.
Yeah. And
so
all of
again,
those agents which are doing whatever it is, and even your own custom agents, so you can have it actionable.
Yeah, and
that.
they can give you insights into which components are working, which components are not working as well.
Yeah.
And where further optimizations could be made.
Yeah. And then the other one, and I don't really know the technical name for it, but Liz came up and she showed almost like releases. So you can have like an event date of go live, for instance, of a module or a campaign that you're doing, but everything related to that, whether it's content, different channels, anything and everything, which is
all
up
the
to
media,
that.
all the assets that belong to it.
Yeah, and all of it will go live at the exact time that you want it to go live. Again, without any intervention, you can set it up that way. We thought that was kind of interesting the way it.
Yeah, I know right now a lot of people use your Sitecore module for very specific publishing, right?
Yeah.
And the way publishing works right now, or content restrictions work right now, is it's not published at that time. It can be published after that time. So this will change things so that one, you get essentially grouped content that you can launch together as an entire campaign, and then secondly, it's down to the second, right? So as soon as you say, okay, I want this to be live at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
all of that will just be live, right?
yeah.
No publishing or anything
No,
required.
no action needed.
And the other good nice thing with this is the rollback feature that she mentioned.
Oh,
as well.
yeah,
So you
that's
can also
true.
just unpublish that entire campaign at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah, that was
a-
interesting.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then you talked about vision boards. What was that about?
I want to say vision boards,
Yeah.
but it was more like a visual space that you can collaborate with the team.
Okay.
They had
Like
mentioned
they used to have like an ideation
almost like
thing
a
in.
canvas,
Yeah.
like a visual canvas. Like the team can go in and put things onto to see how it's going to look, and
Okay.
and just as a just as a pre-content collaboration space, right?
Yeah.
So
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
You mentioned you went to another presentation. I think Liz's one.
I did, yeah. So she did a separate breakout talk on the content service.
Yeah.
And so part of this publishing that we just talked about forms part of the content service.
Okay.
So that was a really interesting talk, actually. So she was there with somebody from Microsoft, and they're essentially rewriting everything, and they've been working on this already for the past year and a half.
Yeah.
To move everything to Cosmos DB.
Nice.
Right?
Yep.
And that's just going to give huge scale, allow there to be one single unified database, so you don't have to deal with separate master and web databases, which makes sense with the publishing, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're just flicking flags on and off.
Yeah.
Cosmos DB is also JSON based. It's really nicely structured. You don't have to create tables and things like that. So
Yeah.
that makes it really easy to work with. It gives them like some strongly typed data that you can work with.
Yeah.
Compared to right now, because everything is an item right now,
Yeah.
which makes it very, very flexible, but very, very weakly typed.
Yeah.
So this will give them flexibility, but still give strong typing.
Okay.
There were some other nice things that they had mentioned. So almost like Git-based branching
Okay.
of the content, right? So you can split those out, work on, from a developer point of view, it's great because I can work on something separate from you, and we don't end up with conflicts,
Okay.
and we just merge it back on, right?
That's
So it's not
interesting.
quite Git. I'm not sure if it is Git or it's Git-like,
Like,
right?
yeah.
But then you can also set up a preview target or a campaign 1, 2, 3, 4 target,
Yeah.
and then on your Vercel in the headout, you can just spin up another instance.
Just to consume that part.
Yeah. Just and it's easy to sell. It's not like
Yeah.
it's gonna, you're not setting up any new infrastructure.
Yeah.
You just say, okay, use the main branch, but use this tag for
Yeah.
the content, and then your content endpoint will have a specific branch name.
Yeah.
And you can just fill that in with a variable. So that
Makes
makes it very, very flexible.
Yeah.
It'll make development super easy. I mean, it is with the front-end developers, but this will give them almost separate instances that you can work, and not avoid those conflicts that you end up with sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? So that was
that's
really, really neat. And then, lots of other features in there, just out of Cosmos DB, includes full text search and semantic search,
Oh wow.
but only still be used for the CM portion.
So the
of it.
internal part of it.
Internal, so that would mean you wouldn't require Solar anymore.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah.
But she did also. I spoke to her afterwards, and she did say that for the site search, they obviously recommend Sitecore search.
Yeah.
But there's some really nice integrations I want to say, but
Yeah.
smoother flow of the data with Sitecore search coming as well.
Okay,
So you
nice.
get full search from that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, there's still sessions going on.
Yep.
But they're probably wrapping up. This is probably the last session time, anyways.
Yep.
And then there's the symposium party afterwards.
Yeah, ready for Universal Theme Park. Yeah,
That's
we've
right.
got our wristbands ready, right? So
All excited. So
Yeah.
hopefully that you found this useful, and we'll try to do like a wrap-up webinar soon enough so we can give you more information on like more stuff that we find out.
Yeah.
Have a good day, man.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.